what's up?
Discord, Blake.
Oh no. Let me post the link in the right Discord. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I sure did. Oops. Listen, there's 2 active Discords I'm a part of, and they're very hard to tell apart.
Same key players in each.
Pretty much, yeah. What's up? We're here. We're playing the Quiet Year today, folks. So the Quiet Year is a card-based world-building game in which people get to build a world by reading cards. So I just said the same sentence first.
Yeah, that was a little repetitive there, but
super cool what I did there. We got Boys Room. It's me plus Boys Room here tonight, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, I guess this is not okay. In the future, we're going to be starting up a mech campaign using the system Lancer. And in order to build the sort of universe for that mech campaign, we're going to be playing this game to do that. This is not that. We're just playing this game to sort of like get used to it and like show you guys how this game works, so that in the future, probably pretty soon, we'll be doing another one of these, but building a mech universe. So that's sort of why we're doing what we're doing. Also, it's a super fun game. So yeah, I mean that's my preamble. How are you guys? How you doing?
We're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've gotten myself into.
It's fun. It's fun and it's nothing. Though. Like I don't know.
My knuckles are slowly recovering from my tomfoolery last night.
Slapping the desks.
Nah,
the desk.
I was in and out for parts of the stream.
It was rough.
I was in a way.
Tough.
I was in a bad way.
Winfield sure did drink Mountain Dew and whiskey mixed together.
I gotta say, of all the things to mix Mountain Dew with,
that's what it was made to do. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. I was testing history. I was doing a historical experiment.
History has failed. I think that's what we can.
Yeah.
Here.
I think you're right about that.
I'm gonna tilt my camera down a little bit because I always lean forward and leave 8 miles of empty space with my head.
You're right, Sean. Boy Stream. Also, welcome, Icy. How's it going? Yeah, so the rules, pretty much all of the rules in the game are up on screen right now, over there. So basically each week, we're gonna start off and do some like basic world establishing that stuff. But then each week, one of us draws a card, and we do what the card says, and we make something based off of what that card does. Then our project clocks will tick down and potentially complete. And then afterwards, we can take one action, which is either discover something new by drawing something on the map and talking about what it is, hold a discussion in which each of us get to say one thing as members of our community, or start a new project, which can be anything. And then we get to decide how long that project will take, depending on how complicated it is. There's even these things called multi-step projects, like, whew. Gets wild, you guys.
We're gonna be making windmills. Somebody's gonna be making a lumber yard.
And then we have to actually do it in real life, and that's the fun of this game.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
get ready for some hard labor.
No.
Winfield, and I have to ask, because I'm not totally clear on this, do we decide the genre beforehand of our
Yeah,
game?
I mean, it's generally, they recommend a post-apocalyptic setting, because that's what it's sort of based around, but you can do anything you want. It has to be a, setting in which, song gets very intense at the end.
Yeah,
it has to be a setting in which you are sort of justifying rebuilding or building something.
Sure.
But other than that.
So does anybody have any preferences here on this call of what we would want to do? Is there a type of world you've been just itching to build, or not really?
I'm down for anything.
I would do I don't know, maybe in keeping with the channel, just do a traditional fantasy world.
Could do fantasy.
Because last time we played, we did post-apocalyptic.
We did. There were certainly some big spider robots and Bone Boys living in a pit. But I guess Bone Boys living in a pit is timeless. You could do that whenever.
Yeah. There's Bone Boys everywhere.
Phoenix, you sounded like you had potentially something you wanted to do.
Nah, I don't care.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I guess since this is sort of replacing D&D for the week, why don't we keep it like magical fantasy style? But like,
Okay.
if a little technology sneaks in there, like I'm not gonna be mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and vote, Ricky. Good point. Vote. You should vote
Yes.
Definitely.
if you're old enough to.
I'm Peter's not. We know that.
I know Peter's
I
like.
thought the joke was that I was 18.
Well, not anymore. You were 18. Then
Yeah,
we
I
regrow
forgot
you,
you
dude.
were younger.
You're less than a week old.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was pretty sure 18-year-olds could vote. I don't know if they changed that.
Yeah, I know. You're about a week and a half old at this point. So, I guess without further ado, why don't we just jump on into it?
Yeah. All right. Let me read the little opening preamble.
Set the scene.
For a long time, we were at war with the jackals. Now finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this, a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the frost shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end, but we don't know about that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there's an opportunity to build something.
Cool.
And now... Well... Okay.
It's giving me big Yogg vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
There's songs from the Yogg on this playlist in Roll20. So.
Okay.
So first we have to sort of sketch the general landscape. Where are we thinking we want to like geographically be set up? And we'll add details in a bit, but
I kind of like the idea of being in a valley between sort of like big mountains.
okay.
A valley.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter.
No, I'm just going with that. I mean, if there's a valley, I feel like there's got to be like a river.
Yeah.
Let's start
so-
drawing these.
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna draw mountains.
Okay. I'll put or I guess Peter, if you want, you can put the river through.
I don't know how to draw.
So the little paintbrush tool. You can change your color by picking color. Right? Wow. Welcome.
All right. Wow.
Hey, I like this song.
Give a little...
Phoenix, do you want to add a detail?
Yeah, well, we could have like a great big waterfall at the north end of our river.
Okay. And
I
then
don't know how far we want the mountains to like go.
I think,
I think this probably.
It's up to you.
Right. I think this is good.
yeah. Cool. And then I am going to say that there's ruins like of a big old bridge that used to go across this river, but it's now completely like fallen into disrepair. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, Phoenix, you want to draw that waterfall also?
Yeah, I'm just pulling up some online inspiration.
Ooh. I'm going for it.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
I sort of want it to narrow in down here. It's okay. There you go. Wow, those look fucking terrible.
Nah, it's okay. It's all good.
I'm no artist.
And whereabouts do you think the community would be?
Great question.
At the base of the valley, like where the mountains meet, sort of?
Well, it's got to be along the river somewhere.
Absolutely along
Yeah.
the river. Yeah, I think down by where the mountains meet.
Okay.
Perhaps we were chased over these mountains by whatever the jackals are.
And
I
what are
thought
we
it was like
thinking?
literal jackals.
Yeah,
Honestly,
just some
it could
doggos.
be. I feel like in this, it could just
Just
be like
dogs.
big giant dogs that chased us here. Yeah.
No, just normal sized jackals.
Size dogs chased the whole community. Chased our whole community here. Yeah.
Listen, I don't much care for dogs.
Hey, listen. Fine. That's fine. That's what the jackals are. Like literal jackals.
All right, and then as usual, I'll do my first the start of the community.
Tents. Hey, those look like mountains.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm separating them. Look, they've got little tent slits in the front.
Here, we'll go 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Art stream.
Look at that.
There we go.
Can't call those mountains anymore.
No, you can't.
Okay. Cool. So now we each pick a resource.
Before we move on to
think
that, since we're in fantasy, are we like just a mixed community of like elves, human stuff, or do we want to do something fun and be like a monstrous community of creatures? You know what I mean?
What kind of community could get run down by small dogs?
Chat says kobolds, which I think is hilarious.
Oh,
Kobolds.
or a little kobold community.
I think that could be really fun.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down to be a little kobolds. All right.
Our little lizard boy community.
Yeah, we're a bunch of lizard boy room.
Yeah, the little kobold boy.
Lizard boy room.
Kobold boy, perfect. Cool. All right, now we do resources. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we each pick a resource that we think is important to the community.
Also, you see the order our names are in down there. By the way, you guys in Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
That should be like our order for the game. Just when we get.
Okay, let's make sure we're all seeing the same order, right?
Winfield, Blake, Peter, Phoenix. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can rearrange them on your own screen, though, right?
Actually, I'm first.
'Cause
Fuck you, I'm moving in front.
But is Winfield, Blake, Peter, Phoenix, right?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
looks like for me.
Okay.
I don't want to go first.
Yeah, well, looks like Winfield's going first, so
Yeah.
The people who know how to play go first.
that kind of worked out, yeah.
Okay, so for my resource, I'm gonna say just like raw ore.
Cool.
Is an important one.
I want to say magic is my resource.
Okay.
Like knowledge of magic.
I'm gonna stick with my theme and say water.
Fair enough,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, water. That's cool. I was gonna.
Sorry if I stole that one from you.
I was gonna say fish, but instead I'm gonna do lumber.
Lumber. All right. We got.
All right,
so we've got Settlers of Catan resources, and then my bullshit magic one, which is good.
Water is not a resource.
Okay, so which one of those do we think is
Yeah,
in
we only
abundance?
get one of those in abundance, and the rest are scarce.
Uh-oh.
I think water makes the most sense considering we're on a river,
Yeah,
and that would be like not salt water, like it's drinkable
exactly. Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
What
That's good to have.
What I'm gonna do to demonstrate that is add sort of a nice little. It's where the river
Like
gets
a
big. You know what I mean?
delta.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, that's what I meant to do, huh?
Some water kind of builds up down there.
Oh, I fucked it
Okay,
up.
then
Can't select that.
The rest, well, I guess the rest of us, I have to draw something out representing our scarcity.
Oh, you know what? Then maybe Peter, why don't you draw the thing I was drawing? Because I got to do no magic. We're dumb. We're dumb idiots here.
Am I drawing the...
Okay. Do a couple little trees.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Nope.
I'm gonna say that the reason that we don't really have an abundance of raw ore is that these mountains have just been mined out. There's like old mine tunnels all over the place, and they're just it was mined so much that the people that were mining it basically used up all the resources and left it.
That's my we don't know magic. That's a kobold with a question mark over his head.
Kobold's too stupid for magic.
I've added a lake, I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, I love that. That's cool.
Right down near the mountains there.
Yeah, no, I feel like that extends maybe even beyond just magic. We're done. We're kobolds. We're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Like
Not the brightest.
We're not the smartest group of folks.
We don't have a lot of written literature.
Except for, of course, our seminal text, the little kobold boy.
Yeah. But it is in fact a porn. Like that's all we have.
You know.
We have one book and it's smut. That's it.
Yeah. It's kept in the biggest tent.
The only stone building we have is where we keep it. Everything else is temporary housing.
Yeah.
I love our stupid kobold village. And I know this isn't really necessarily part of the rules, but can we name our village now so we can use it for the rest of the time? What?
I don't know what.
What's
I'm
the
trying
name
to think
of the
of
town
like
from the little goblin girl, Winfield?
Yeah, pull that deep
shit
lore
up.
out.
I know
for
you
it.
got it on ya.
In the city-state of Trinity.
Hey, that kind of works.
Okay.
Let's-
Kobold city-state.
Let's call it Trinty because they can't figure out all the syllables.
Blake, is this
Trinity.
gonna get folded into Renarcia or
Like
whatever?
I won't
it's
say
called?
no. We'll see how it goes. There's a chance that I love our horrible little kobold boys so much that they become canon.
Trinity becomes canon.
Yeah, Trinty. The village of Trinty.
Alright.
Sweet. Anything else we have to do?
No, it's time to get into week 1.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
The game begins.
I forgot how drawing works in this. There we go. Jack of Spring.
Joker?
Yeah, I'm the Joker.
Immediate joke.
I see a good omen, what is it? Or I see a bad omen, what is it? I'm gonna... for that. I'm gonna say that while fishing, a kobold fisherman just pulls out this massive white fish, like pure white, not the sort of fish you see in the area, and it's sort of all the fishermen on the shore gather around him to look at it, and they decide it's a good omen, and they don't eat it. They toss it back into the river, and it swims away.
Do we like name it something? Like what's its significance? Do you think?
The white fish.
The white fish.
I think
That works.
I think that because it's passed down the river the same way they did to this place, they decided it's like a symbol of good fortune upon coming here.
Cool. The white fish.
The white fish.
We're not very creative in our names.
Well,
here.
we're kobolds.
No, we're kobolds.
Cool.
All right, your turn, Blake.
Want to draw the white fish?
Oh,
in
right.
there?
Yeah, and also I forgot we have to have a discussion or start a project.
Yeah, your action.
Yeah, so let me draw the white fish, and then I'm probably going to start a project.
Cool. I'm loving this like lo-fi Undertale that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So the project I'm going to start.
The white fish.
The project I'm going to start is going to be to build sort of a wooden barricade across the northern part of the valley to give us some additional protection.
Okay.
Which I guess I'm going to say that since wood is a scarcity, that's probably a longer project, maybe 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah. Since it's gonna take a lot, like every tree is gonna.
Yeah, how
us
big
less.
how big of a barricade we talking?
I'm thinking like I'm just going to draw this and delete it.
Yeah.
Like there-ish, or maybe even further out, maybe like up there.
I'd honestly call it 6 weeks, which is
Okay.
the max.
It's gonna take a long time.
We only go up to 6 weeks, by the way.
Yeah.
Kobolds are weak.
We're weak and we don't have a lot of wood around, so I think 6 weeks to build our tiny little wall.
Okay. Yep. I just put that down.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go
Cool.
draw 1 card,
Um.
and then I pull it out onto the field.
Yep.
All right. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or how old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have? I think there are children in the community, and in true kobold form, they are used for their size. They're even smaller than, most kobolds. They're like very, very small. So they are used to fit in small cracks in the mountains to gather supplies. And sometimes they get put on the end of fishing poles to literally grab fish.
A masterful solution.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it probably helps fishing productivity as well as finding like little bits and pieces of what we can in the mountains, because like they are tiny, but it's a lot more effective than just like waiting for a fish to bite. I don't really know what to draw in for that, but there's no child labor laws in Trinty, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Just draw the kobold on the stick.
I'll just put a little stick out of my current kobold that I already have with a question mark on its head. There we go.
There we go.
All right, so clocks tick down next, right?
Yes. So we now have 5 weeks until the barricade's complete.
Cool. And on my turn, I want to discover something.
Okay.
I want, when on a, sort of routine expedition up towards the waterfall to the north, one of our bravest kobolds finds a cave behind the waterfall.
Ooh.
Our bravest explorer, our main tracker guy, finds a cave behind this here waterfall, and that is what they discover. And that's my turn.
Interesting.
Yeah. They don't go in. Like that's
of course.
That's horrifying. Are you kidding me? Going into that cave?
Yeah.
But it's there. It is there now.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yes.
So you draw
All
a
right.
card first.
A card. No, draw. One card.
And then it'll go to your hand and you have to like pull it out onto the field.
All right. Get out on the field here. Someone new arrives. Who? Or two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them? I think we might not have been the only ones
Okay.
driven out. I think a small band of what's another
Shitty tiny race.
yeah, what's another shitty tiny race that could pass through here? Yeah, okay, as always. A much smaller band of goblins, I would say.
Okay.
Passes through. Do I need to say anything about what they do? I would think.
I mean, yeah, like what? Yeah, what are they up to? What are they? Do they stay? Do they interact with us?
I have a feeling. I don't think we're in any position to kick them out instantly.
Sure.
But based on the fact that they're smaller than us, I think they're probably going to wind up just kind of camping down nearby.
All right.
All right.
I'll symbolize this with
More tents.
yeah, well, specifically green
Goblin tents.
tent.
Goblin tents.
Well,
so
you'll
they're like right outside.
Oh,
That's inside our wall.
they're
Well,
they're
The
proposed
wall's not
wall.
there yet.
Yeah.
they're basically like
They're
They lay
they're
down.
basically with us, but kind of like in their own neighborhood.
They've got the
You know.
they've got the goblin quarter now.
Goblin district.
Yeah.
They saw where the wall was being built and like judged it. They're like, well,
Wait on the other side.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get in here. So now we have, yeah.
Yeah, somebody like just chalked the ground where the wall's gonna be, and they're like, "Oh, we just got some tents in there, though." Oh yeah.
But they don't seem to be causing any trouble
No.
at this point.
Yeah.
No trouble here.
All right, and you can take that card back into your hand, by the way, too, by right-clicking
Oh.
into it. Yeah.
I know.
Just crossed out.
Wait, how do I get rid of that?
Select it with your mouse
Oh,
selector. and
okay.
then
Yeah. All right. Put the card away.
You gotta right-click it and hit take.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a little
Select
wonky.
All right. Good old roll 20. Happy to be back.
Yep. All right.
Uh,
Project tick down, so there's now 4 weeks until the barricade's done.
Oh, this goblin snuck right in.
Yep.
Stick right in there.
So you get to take
Right,
your action.
right under the line, a whole month early.
Yeah. You get to take your action now, Peter, so you can either discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. If we hold a discussion, we sort of embody different factions in our community. It's less of like us creating this thing and we become the
Well,
community.
I mean, I think there's a discussion in our community about our new neighbors.
If you want to hold that discussion, yeah.
Yeah, that's the discussion that needs to be held. This music is deafening me.
Yeah. Sorry, I turned mine way down.
Yeah, I just turned mine down. Let's see. What do I like? Just pose the discussion in general, or
Yeah.
do we just make it up?
Yeah.
And we each hit like no more than 1 or 2 sentences to respond, and then it ends.
Yeah.
I would say the discussion begins with, like, hey, do we let these guys stay here permanently, or are we just letting them, like, stop in and then we're going to ask them to move on?
And then Phoenix, since you're next in the turn order, you get to go next.
Okay. I'm gonna go all out here. I'm gonna speak on behalf of somebody particular. The elder fisherman, still with his son still on his little fish stick. He comes on in and he's like, "Hey, they're gonna steal all our fishes. We gotta get rid of these guys."
All right. Quick question: is that the same guy that caught the whitefish?
No, it
Okay.
wasn't. He didn't catch the whitefish.
Cool.
I'm gonna speak on behalf of sort of the workers who are building the barricade, and say, as long as they're willing to pull their weight, I'm happy to have more hands on deck.
I'm gonna speak as the the chief warriors and battle strategists of us kobolds. Say,
The ones with the biggest sticks.
yeah, absolutely. If we make an outer wall of goblins, the jackals will be full before they can get to us. I say they stay.
All right,
That's the discussion.
and that's the discussion.
Although, actually,
All right.
since Peter posed a question, I think he gets to respond to the question.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
Wait, what do you mean?
So, like, you can start a discussion with either a statement, like a declaration of fact, or a question, and you started it with a, like, should they stay or should they go?
So I get, okay, so yeah, so I get to essentially answer
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like we've got 1 for get him out and 2 for keep him around. So it sounds like the consensus is we can kind of keep these adjacent to our community as long as they're pulling their weight.
I love how we're like, yeah, they can stay, but. All right, cool.
All right.
Phoenix, you're up.
Also, if you guys do lots of Roll20 stuff, you should check out VTT Enhancement Suite. So it's a really sweet plugin for Roll20. It does a lot of cool stuff.
Cool. Like
It's
what?
cool. It lets you do like more shortcuts, and it just adds a lot of really nice quality of life changes.
Sure.
You can also do like animated backgrounds, stuff like that. So it's from like a YouTube video. You just point
that's
to the
rad,
link and then it
actually.
goes. So that's just a cool thing to check out at some point. All right. So first I draw a card, right?
Yeah.
What's the most beautiful thing in this area, or what's the most hideous thing in this area? Speaking on behalf of, once again, of Skippy, the elder fisherman, those goblins, they're absolutely disgusting, and I hate them. We gotta get them out of here.
All right, so the goblins are like canonically gross as hell. Like,
Yeah.
right? They
Oh,
look
yeah.
horrible. They smell
They do.
horrible.
They probably look like normal goblins, but to us kobolds, they're absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they don't have scales. Ugh.
Yeah.
They've got like warts and shit.
Not like the beautiful
Yeah.
white fish,
Not
with the
like the white
most beautiful scales you've ever seen.
All right, so there's a literal detrimental like effect to having the goblins stay here, and it
Okay.
smells
Yeah.
bad, looks bad, morale goes down.
On that side of town.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a goblin hate zone, Peeps, because we're kobolds. What did you expect?
I think.
All right, so I get to
Yeah.
either do a project or a conversation or a discovery, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw
Yes.
some little stinky clouds.
Oh, I was already.
Yeah.
Also, before that, projects advance, so 3 more weeks till barricade.
Okay. With spring going through and with summer sort of on its way, I want to start building some irrigation from our one good resource and start planning out some farming.
Nice.
Okay.
So, if water is our abundant resource, I think that it would be not as long as the wall. We just need to dig some trenches.
Yeah.
I would say 3.
I'd say
3 or
3
4?
as well. Yeah.
3?
3 weeks
Okay.
makes sense. Well, how big are you trying to make this farm?
I mean, we're goblins. Like, how many vegetables do we really
We're-
need?
we're
kobolds.
kobolds.
We are not.
We are not.
compare ourselves.
Whoops.
Skippy would be furious.
Yeah, Skippy would be. All right, 3. Yeah, let's do 3.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
3 weeks. I mean, we have water in abundance, and even though we're a bunch of dumb idiot kobolds, digging holes isn't hard. So, yeah.
Cool.
We are
All right.
not goblins. All right, Winfield, you're up. Ooh. Nope.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion to this group? Are there distinct family units in this community? If so, which structures are common? Okay. I'm gonna say the fishermen sort of take a higher role in society just because it's sort of like they discovered the whitefish and they are the ones that led us here, and the whitefish has just become symbolic of the whole community. So the fishermen slowly become more and more influential in the village as time passes.
I mean, they bring the food. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else it told me to do? I said it.
Oh, how can you become one?
Yeah.
But I guess.
Oh,
learn
yeah.
to
Okay.
fish.
Well, yeah. To become one, you learn to
Put your
fish.
child on the end of the
Yeah, you
stick.
grab a child, put him on a stick, and start catching fish.
Oh, does that
Yeah,
mean
hold
like
on,
that
I'm gonna-
these kids are like celebrities? Like the kids chosen to be fisher kids are like the coolest kids
Yeah.
around? They're
Well,
like-
I think it might be like maybe it's like a family thing. Like it's hard to like get into a fishing family.
Sure.
I'm gonna just draw a little on your little fisherman kobold down here. I'm just gonna do a little.
He may
crown.
be dumb, but
Yeah.
he do be king.
It's
Yeah.
very respected. Very respected.
I love. So Skippy the Elder Fisherman actually holds a ton of sway, then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty big boy, huh?
Well, he's a pretty small boy, but you know,
As far as kobolds go.
musky. I mean, he's the Elder Fisherman, so he can hold like a really big kid on his stick.
Yeah. He's got,
Yeah.
he's probably dual wielding kids at that point.
Double sticking it.
Yeah, well, the birth of twins must have big implications. You can fish twice as much.
Fish twice as
Right.
much. Projects, right?
Project Advance. Yes, there's 2 weeks left for both the barricade and the irrigation.
Nice.
All right.
And then I'm gonna make a discovery. I'm gonna say that again on another routine expedition. Some kobolds decide to follow sort of the road that connects to either side of the ruined bridge.
Sure.
And at the end of the road, they sort of find the ruins of like a sort of short, round fort. It's in disrepair, but it's not a complete ruin. Like the walls are still standing. It's probably a little big. And it's just got a sort of central tower in the middle. And again, they don't go in because it's scary. But
Yeah.
there's now a structure that we know about.
And it's like, when you say short round, is it like kobold sized or is it like
No, it's like
unscalely
person size, but
gross
it's
size?
just
Yeah.
it's non-scaly big gross size, but it's smaller than most unscaly big gross structures.
Okay.
It's like I don't know, like the central tower is no bigger than like an average size house, and then there's sort of just that outer wall.
Cool. One sec, I have to adjust my HP really quick. We don't go in because fuck
No,
that.
they don't go in. Too scary.
Too scary. All right. Make Peebs the king really quick. Will you reset the music? It froze for me.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
Your dog.
That dog is 2 houses down from here.
Hell yeah. I remember that dog. We played a board game in your backyard. I heard that dog.
Yeah. You
That's
can hear this dog at all hours of the day and night. It's great.
All right. Spring. A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins our endeavors? Start a project to reflect. Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into a sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond?
It's a plot little goblin girl at that point.
I mean,
You're
yeah.
gonna fuck some goblins! You know what? To that end, not gonna be that, obviously, but I think a charismatic young goblin girl, a little goblin girl, musters up the bravery to say, hey, listen, we know you don't like us. We know we smell bad. We know we look gross to you. We're gonna go explore those ruins we just found and bring back whatever we find to you, because we want to prove that we can live here and help with you, like help you guys. Like we're gonna do that. So she's gonna start a goblin venture into this structure.
A little salvage operation.
Yeah. Is this identical to the thing I had a charismatic young girl do last time I played this game? Yeah, but you know, it makes sense, I think, at this point. So I'm gonna start a project of salvage what we can from this fort, and it's a goblin salvage operation specifically.
I would say, including travel time, that's what, no more than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks works for me. All right, projects tick down.
Got
What are we at?
not including goblin salvage, right?
I don't know. It didn't specify.
I don't think it ticks down until the next turn.
Cool. Then yes, not that.
1 week for barricade and irrigation.
Cool. And what do I want to do next? I want to start a project to arm ourselves, the kobolds, just in case.
Okay.
Because we're worried that this goblin salvage operation might draw, serious consequences. So time to start making some weaponry. That being said, we don't have really any ore, so I think, or wood for that matter, the things needed to make weapons. So it might take a while to actually, arm ourselves well.
We got fish bones.
Ooh, bone weapons! We have hella fish bones, dude!
I mean, they're sharp. They're not strong. Fish bones are easily.
Well, they're gonna be projectiles.
Sharpening and flinging fish
I think
bones.
we're making slings and slingshots and blow darts and fishbone. Yeah.
You could do a fishbone blow dart, yeah.
Yeah, fishbone weaponry. I think we want to make, but we want it to be good. Some good shit. It's bone time. So I don't know, 4 weeks.
That makes sense for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
A month for weapons development.
Yeah. We want to test them, but
All right.
yeah, it's time to get
Yeah.
good at darts indeed. All right, that's my turn.
All right. I'll draw a card. Draw 1 card.
Draw the whole deck.
Then pull out. Is this the?
Yeah.
Okay. What important and basic tools does the community? We just kind of addressed
Most.
that. Kind of already addressed that. Where are you storing your food? Why is this a risky place to store things? So, I think the issue here is just that, we're probably not really storing our food. I mean, the farm is not yet finished, correct?
Not finished yet.
And I feel like the fish is like, we catch it, we eat it. This poses a threat. This poses a very serious threat, actually. The fact that we seem to have absolutely nothing prepared. Can that just be my answer? Just
Yeah,
that,
I feel like.
yeah, we
we're not. We don't have food storage.
we've got no food storage, which is a huge problem. Could my project be to address that?
Sure. Well, first projects have to tick down.
Yeah.
Because I think 2
Yeah,
projects
so
are completed this week.
Yeah, barricade, and irrigation are done. So Phoenix and I just have to address how those projects wound up and add them to the map. Barricade, yeah, it's like a simple wooden barricade made just from sharpened stakes, like big sharpened wooden stakes. And it's just sort of built along the northern perimeter of our little corner of the valley.
Cool.
Nope. Not a thick boy.
So it's like a fence, basically.
Yeah, it's basically like think about the barbarian village in RuneScape. It's like those walls.
Nice.
Okay.
I know exactly what you mean. The irrigation project went, fairly well. They dug out some trenches and they were able to dig some irrigation out from the river. They got a couple fields set up on the northern part of the village.
Nice. What are we?
I guess the main
growing
crop
there? Yeah.
would probably be. Well, we're in a valley, and the valleys are notoriously fertile. So, just natural, like wild carrots and potatoes and other sort of root and tubers.
Cool.
A parsnip, perhaps.
We got veggies now.
A turnip.
We can start making like fish stews.
Ooh,
That's true.
it's stew time.
Yeah. The national dish of Trinty is fish stew.
Fish stew. Yeah. Cool.
Is it still my turn? Or is my
Yeah.
turn
Now
over?
you get to do your action.
All right. I would say based on this new the newfound food. I think could I say there's a discovery of essentially new forms of cooking?
That's awesome. Yeah.
We suddenly there are people who are devoting their time to not just because up until now I assume it's fish crunch,
Yeah.
but now we have
Or
people-
like gourmet was like put it on a stick and roast it over an open flame.
yeah, but like not actually like finish it or anything. Like
Yeah.
the scales were very rarely removed because why would you remove scales?
Yeah.
I don't need to.
part.
The best part of anything.
It's the part that goes crunch.
But so now I feel like there's gonna be a burgeoning. What are the rules for discovery?
No, this works. Yeah, I feel like burgeoning culinarian cased at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. All right. How would I draw that?
Little chef's hat.
A little chef's hat.
On top of the
On
crown.
top of the crowd, we're just stacking icons on our little kobold over here.
Well, I don't know if I would put it on him because he's a
Because that's the
fisher.
fisherman. Fishermen aren't
Right.
chefs. I feel like that
Oh, yeah.
could maybe lead to some conflict in the future.
I think there's gonna.
Oh,
be...
by the way, I didn't say it earlier, but one more week left on salvage, 3 more on getting armed.
There's our little chef's hat
Hell yeah, dude.
over there.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right.
Wow, cuisine.
Okay. I don't know which one is which. Let's see.
Yeah, I had trouble telling which card was new.
So either there's a disquieting legend about this place, what is it, or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and when?
Oh god. We just
Okay.
got
My
things.
wall. My wall.
Yeah, we'll say there was lots of sudden rain and sudden flooding, and all of our trenches and the fields we just planted just flooded out.
No.
Oh no.
That really injures the culinary guild.
Yeah.
I got.
They were just starting.
The fishermen rejoice, and they say it was the whitefish's blessing that caused it.
Oh.
Oh.
So let's see. So what happens? Do I basically just destroy that project?
Project's done. Yeah, you can just like draw water over that if you want.
Okay, I'll draw some mud.
Yeah.
Bleh.
Ah, damn. All right. Well, there goes we
our
got like a
turnip.
week of cooking. We got like a
My
week
file
of
lasted.
tasty food, and now we're back to raw fish.
All right. We're
okay.
gonna... Oh yeah, projects.
Projects.
Go
Well,
ahead.
projects. Yeah, Blake, your goblin salvage is done. There's 2
Okay.
weeks left on getting armed.
So, what happens? The goblins return with exquisitely crafted tools, weapons, armor. It seems that this fort was one made by dwarves, and has only recently been abandoned. So they were able to salvage all sorts of like incredibly made dwarven artifacts. I mean, nothing like crazy and magical, but it's like we have real fishing poles, we have pickaxes, we have swords and armor now, and they, true to their word, some of the goblins say definitely there's some murmurings that like we should keep this to ourselves, but our charismatic girl, Trisha, we'll call her, she makes good on her promise and she delivers it straight to, the ruling council of kobolds and says, "This is what we found. This is for you. Here you go."
All right.
Would that have any effect on the Arm Ourselves project?
Maybe. I mean, probably. It might. I don't know how the rules work in terms of like, can we change projects based off of how other projects finish, or maybe
doesn't
when
really
that
say anything
project
about that, but-
finishes, I'll keep that in mind when
Yeah.
I think of what happens. I'm just gonna draw
Okay.
a pickaxe right here because we have
Cool.
like masterwork tools now.
All right.
All right.
Should specify though, like very recently abandoned, like probably weeks or days before it was discovered. Been falling into disrepair for like a long time, but clearly somebody was living there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to start a project. Seeing what the goblins brought back from the one old ruin, the kobolds don't want to be outdone, and there's one particular kobold named Clementine,
Yes.
who is the daughter of Skippy, the elder fishmonger. And he, he's all about fishing with his sons and never really pays attention to his daughter. So she's going to lead a party, and she's going to head out to the cave and see what she can find in the waterfall cave.
Okay. Are we thinking like the same time on that? Another 2 weeks then?
I would think it's probably a little bit longer. It looks
Okay.
probably just 3 weeks, I think. Looks a little bit further.
Sure.
More difficult terrain.
Works for me.
That's a great question from chat. Is it Clementine with a C or with a K apostrophe?
Clementine. Sure, we'll do K apostrophe.
Hell yeah, dude!
K Lamentine.
K Lamentine. K is for Kobold.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Gotta stop doing that.
You'd love to see it.
It's gonna happen every time.
Yeah.
Where does everyone sleep? Who's unhappy with this arrangement and why? What natural predators roam this area? Are you safe? I'm gonna say we all sleep in tents, And I would say that those sort of higher ups who used to just be the fishermen, but now also from their week in the sun, the culinarians are also kind of rising in status, and they're like, we're too good for this. Like we should be sleeping in more than just tents. Like tents should be for goblin kind and lesser unskilled kobolds. Like we deserve better accommodations in this new land.
So we're having some growing class tension.
Yeah.
Good.
I guess, yeah. Let me I don't know how to represent that, I guess. Like some
red.
so it's just some anger, some simmering anger.
Alright. Project?
Right. Projects, yes. 1 more week on getting armed, 2 more weeks on Kobold salvage. I am going to make a discovery.
Okay.
One night, while on guard at the wall, a kobold hears like a faint knocking or tapping, I guess, and it sounds like somebody tapping steel against stone. And at first, he thinks it's coming from inside the village, but he does like a little loop and doesn't find anything. Then he thinks maybe it's the goblins, but he goes and they're all fast asleep too. And eventually he follows his ears and finds it coming from deep within one of the old tunnels, and it's pitch dark in there. And there's no way for him to light the path forward, but he can just hear it faintly echoing from the depths of the cave.
Ooh.
Alright.
Somebody in there. I mean, it is
I guess
Kobold policy, do not enter cave unless
no.
100% necessary, so...
I'm just gonna say it's this tunnel right here.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, I'll go. Hello. Okay. There's a large body of water on the map. Yeah. There's a giant man-made structure on the map. Uh-huh.
Well, we established mine's small.
Oh, yeah, no, actually, that's super fair. Oh, this will be fun. So, weirdly enough, the day after this noise was heard, and reported, suddenly, on top of one of the mountains, a massive stone tower just appears out of nowhere. Like there's a flash of purple light, and bada bing, bada boom, tower.
Tony Soprano's here.
It is in fact Tony Soprano. Put it here. It's a nicely built tower, and it's got a beautiful roof made out of like blue gemstones. Just shows up. Flash of light. Tower on the mountain.
Interesting.
Yep. That's that.
All right.
Projects, I guess.
Yes. Getting armed is complete. 1 more week on Kobold salvage.
All right. So, with this new dwarven technology that has been given to us by Trisha the Traveler, we managed to fashion not only sort of like we managed to combine our original fishbone dart idea into something much more effective. We basically have like bows and arrows made out of like the bow is made out of very flexible sort of fish spine, so it can draw back real good, but the arrows are very sturdy, made out of this dwarven material. So we have like an archers. We have a bunch of people who can now, guards now have nice bows and arrows to protect the wall with, rather than just, their claws. Like we've got archery. Archery's a thing now.
Sweet.
Yep, that's that. Oh, and then I have to do another thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a discussion.
Okay.
Hey, it's me. The guards. We're the guards again.
Yeah.
Hey, big old tower just showed up. What do we want to do about that? That's the question. What do we want to do about the tower?
So we're going in order, right?
Yeah, so Peter's next.
Send the goblin girl.
Once again, speaking on behalf of Skippy, the elder fishmonger.
Good.
Perhaps if we offered them some of our nice succulent fish, they would be, they would look down pleasingly on us.
Fish.
All the fishermen were banging the table.
You're like, fish solve everything.
They bang their kid sticks.
Speaking as the goblin community, it's gotta be the voice. Hey, I don't know why we gotta be the ones to go in the tower. Ain't we brought you enough? We went to the fort. It's time for you kobolds to stop pulling your weight.
And I guess I'll answer as the guards. Listen, we're not saying all the goblins gotta go. Just send Trisha. She's good at that. Trisha should go. I agree. Trisha should go. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Have willed Gabba into this.
Yeah, Gobble-the-Ghoul's, he's here now. Gobble-the-Ghoul is...
He's actually responsible for all the stink. All the stink is just him.
in his fucking stews.
He saw the fields get all muddied up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make some mud stew." All right,
Peter.
All right, we're drawing a card. Are we going through every deck for every season?
That's how the game works, yeah.
yes.
Though
Damn.
winter,
Alright.
one of the winter cards just ends the game, and last time we got it as the second winter card.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're also spring now, right?
All right, an old piece of machinery is discovered, broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be useful for? Or, an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it? One day, down the river, washes what looked to be the remains of what was once a ship, perhaps caught up in the waterfalls up north. It's mostly destroyed. However, upon reaching the wall, the guards stop it and begin to inspect. Not much is found on the ship. It's calling it a boat is kind of, it's got a lot of holes. It's not really functional at this point. However, there is some strange bags of a wet black sand, unclear on what it is. I would say that the attempt originally was, they said, "Oh, we don't know what this is," and they say, "We got to destroy this. It might be dangerous." So of course, throw it into the fire. It was not a good idea. It was a very, very bad idea. And, a portion of the town has been severely damaged by fire.
The gunpowder explosion.
They're like, "Oh, it's fire! We gotta get rid of it." And I would say one of the tents has been pretty severely damaged by a fire situation.
Oof. What, like, whose section of the town got fucked? Like, fishermen, culinarians, guards? Like, who had the dumbass idea to throw it in the fire, and who paid the price for that?
I would say it wasn't particularly one
Okay.
group that got burned. The fire does not discriminate. A tent is a tent.
Unlike us
However,
kobolds.
I would say the fishermen have been faster. Not faster. The fishermen have been more likely to have their tents rebuilt. Whereas the culinarians, who are kind of out of a job at this point, nobody's really helping them out.
All right, cool.
It's time for projects to tick.
Kobold salvage is done, Blake?
No. Phoenix did that. The cave.
Wait, who did? Phoenix,
Oh,
Kobold
right.
salvage, yes.
Oh, it's time. Okay, so Kay Lamentine comes back from her adventure. Her party is pretty seriously injured, but most of them make it back. Kay herself has lost an arm tragically. She says there was terrible monsters lurking in the dark, but she managed to find and bring back a small bag of strange glowing gemstones, each one sort of translucent with like a glowing inside flame in each one. Not really sure what they do, but just sort of thinking they hold some strange unknown power.
Very cool.
So I'm gonna draw a little couple gemstones. See, I'll put those over here. We're just gonna make it one big ass gem.
Just one Mondo gem.
Put some fire in there. Oh shit. You get the point.
Yeah.
I would say the project that would. I think I want to undertake a project.
Cool.
What would make sense is a rebuilding project. However, space and resources are not looking great. What kind of time frame do you guys think that would be? If they're trying to, within the walls, rebuild.
What
like
is
the tent?
Yeah.
Rebuild the tent? Or rebuild?
Yeah, are they just putting up a new tent, or are they building something more permanent now?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, maybe after the destruction, there's kind of a push to build something a little less flammable. Or maybe not entirely flammable, like a mud hut to some extent.
Yeah.
I don't think our boys are ready for masonry just yet.
Yeah, probably not.
No. So maybe some sort of thatched building of stick and mud. What kind of
Some sod maybe in there.
Yeah. Although I think some of the only areas might be kind of encroaching on the goblins, which could be an issue.
Sure. Honestly, I'd say like 4 weeks. We got dwarf
Like
tools
4
now.
weeks.
Like we can build shit.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay, 4 weeks.
Mhm.
As long as we're not trying to build wooden houses, like resources are fine. Mud everywhere. We're on a river, you know.
Oh, that's true. We got a lot of mud.
Paper
Yeah,
mache.
all of our agriculture turned into mud. So
Yeah.
All right, we got plenty of mud. Yeah.
So like yeah, with our dwarven tools and our muddy turnips, we could probably make some pretty good houses.
okay.
All right, Phoenix, you're up.
All right. There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify your community? Okay. So, I'm assuming if we said there's another community, that would be outside of our so that'd be outside the goblins.
Yeah, probably.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So, directly tying back to Kay Lamentine's discovery in the cave. Turns out this is a community of cautious, wary, hostile, large beetle-like people.
Hell yeah,
They got massive pincers. They got imagine the Pokemon Heracross and Pinsir, basically, and there's just a bunch of those dudes chilling in the caves.
Fuck yeah.
But they have their own strange sets of customs, including the every single full moon you can sort of hear the sounds of drum beats coming from up the river as they hold their I don't know what you would call it every full moon cycle, their lunar month bug bash extravaganza.
Yes!
That is their chief holiday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So yeah, that's what we find. Oh, let me draw some little bugs up there.
Do we know their names, or
yeah.
do we not know them well enough to know that?
We don't speak their language, so
There.
so far we just call them I don't know what the Kobold call them. The crunchy with a K.
Of course.
The crunch bunch.
Crunch Bunch! It's time for the Crunch Bunch, baby!
All right. 3 weeks left on huts. For a second there, I thought I wrote hats and got confused, but
Yeah, hats. The Hat Project. We really want hats.
yeah.
The K stands for Kobold. Yeah, always. I'm talking about Crunch Bunch. I think you get an action now, Phoenix.
Yeah, sorry, I was drawing a beetle.
I like he's angry. I like that a lot.
I got a little beetle up there. Okay, cool. So for an action, I want to start a project to sort of rebuild the farms. You know, it's been too long, and well, it's just that the fishmongers have been getting a little too big for their britches, so we need to spread around this culinary power of the town,
Sure.
so to speak. So there's already sort of the trenches built. They just need to sort of re-dig them out. But I think it'll take this time 2 weeks.
2 weeks tops, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Cool.
let's do it.
But I think people had a taste of real food, and then have been
Yeah,
without
they-
it for a while. So
they
we're like,
wanna go
let's
Yeah, let's get that back.
let's
More
do some more
turnips.
of that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can answer that, Blake. The King of Spring, and I didn't draw a line this time.
Nice.
A young boy starts digging at the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done?
What has Gabagool done?
What is Gabagool done? Those are so exciting. Both of those are like that opens such possibilities. Both of those. This game's so cool. This game's so fucking rad.
I am gonna say a little goblin. Sorry, goblins are from front of the table. A little kobold boy he's doing his because we've established that they use the kids as labor.
Yeah.
So he's digging. He's doing his thing, collecting materials. When he sees what looks like a egg-sized gem in the ground, and he goes to pick it up, and it doesn't come off the ground. So he keeps pulling and digging at it, and digging, and eventually he pulls out like a 5-foot tall staff with this glowing egg-shaped jewel at the top. And as soon as it's unearthed, a beam of light connects it with the tower. And no matter where he goes with it, that beam of light is always pointing directly at the tower.
Oh. What's the name of this kid? What's this kid's name?
The kid's name is Crikey with a K.
Of course.
So 2 Ks.
Crikey.
I'll draw
Staff boy.
the gem there. And then connect those. Alright. Project Advance. 1 more week on digging, 2 more weeks on huts. Oh, and that's the end of the spring deck as well.
You still have to take action, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's such a cool way to end spring.
Yeah.
As spring turns to summer, we get a magic fucking.
I wanna hold a discussion. The concerned townsfolk are worried after what happened with the Beatles, with the Crunch Bunch. So I'm going to put forward the topic of discussion. What do we do about the Crunch Bunch?
Well, when we last went in there, we went in there without our cool new bows. I think we could probably take them on with our cool bows. Let's shoot them up real good.
A dissenting opinion, hey, they're over there, we're over here, we just don't go back over there, we don't have to deal with them.
Kayla Mentine speaks up, and she gestures to her arm. She says, "They took my arm, and they have very hard, big scales on the outside of their bodies. I don't think we stand a chance."
Winfield, would you like to respond?
Well, we have to do something about them, but I suppose if the community's split, we can formulate a better plan.
Sure.
And now, it's summertime.
Summer has come. Let's get the
right.
first card of the summer deck.
I switched it,
Cool.
so you should be good.
Alright, summer is time for production intended to the earth. Start a project related to food production. Summer is time for conquest and the gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest. Alright, so directly after that conversation, I feel like enough people rally behind Kay Lementine. A, because, very, very viscerally damaged by this thing. And B, because she's the daughter of Skippy and he's kind of a big deal. So I think Skippy's like, yeah, these guys did that to our daughter. Let's fuck them up. I think the project I want to make is build an army designed to fight the Crunch Bunch.
All right.
Like, get information from the people that have encountered the Crunch Bunch, work out a way to specifically fight the Crunch Bunch.
What were you thinking for a time frame for that?
Like five weeks, probably.
That's what I was gonna.
We're dumb idiots,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're not
Is this
smart.
to build and wage the army, or is this just the creation of the army?
This is make the army. We're not going to attack them yet, but
Okay.
But make the army. Yeah.
Yeah, I have create army down for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Projects advance. Agriculture is done.
Oh,
1 more
right.
week on huts.
Let's go ahead and clean up that field.
This is a very nice song. Oh, it's the
Yeah,
Yogg.
this is the one from the Yogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the Yogg stream where I became a vampire and fucking died? Like,
Yeah.
remember when I got the bad ending both times?
Remember when I became the devil?
Yeah, that did happen.
All I did was get swole for the whole game.
So what happens with the agriculture, Phoenix?
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Well, so they successfully shovel a bunch of the mud back out of the fields, and they once again begin planting food. The whole time, though, you see Skippy, the elder fishmonger, just sort of, he stands from his fish tent, he, arms crossed, leering at the fields.
Nice.
But that's it. Other than that, it's nice. Put those seeds in the
Turnips are
ground.
back on the menu.
Yeah, turnips.
Back on the menu, boys. All right. So for my discovery, let me draw Not but a week after the discovery of the staff that connects to the tower, the door of the tower opens. And that's it.
Big door.
Big door. Like you'd have to stack 4 or 5 kid sticks to take up this whole door.
All right.
No, I think it's Peter's turn. Unless that was Peter.
That wasn't me.
It was Peter! I really like...
Peter's... Wait, is Peter muted?
I can't hear him.
I am muted, I'm sorry. Yes. I accidentally drew a brown line.
You did.
But we got the card out, that's what matters. Alright. You discover a cache of supplies or resource, or scarcity has gone unaddressed for too long. We just had a project to alleviate scarcity.
Yeah.
So I say we're gonna... there's a discovery of supplies of some sort. So, while sort of what? How can I do this? What were our... Oh, okay. So, as the military has been, patrolling the wall, military, and as we've said, they are currently undergoing a project to sort of strengthen up,
Get good, yeah.
get good. Yeah, they're running some drills on the outside of the wall, and they've slowly been noticing the behavior of foxes in the prairie that come out late in the evening to hunt things and early in the morning before they go to bed. And they've slowly begun to sort of offer a fish carcass or a fish head to these animals. And at this point, I would say our new abundance is the beginning of animal husbandry.
Hell yeah, dude.
Some sort. But essentially, the kobolds are beginning to learn to domesticate these animals.
Let's milk some foxes.
I don't think you can milk foxes. I don't think you can do that.
You hadn't
but-
tried hard enough.
I mean, they are mammals. Yeah, no, there it is. We've got.
Oh, yeah.
We're starting to domesticate animals.
Alright,
back in the
husbandry.
I guess just draw a fox somewhere.
Oh yeah, I gotta draw
Yeah.
a little. What? Draw a fox. What color would that be?
Fuckins. The K stands for kobold.
Why can't I? Yeah, we'll do a little for here.
All foxy.
Got a little bushy tail.
Oh, okay. That's the whole body.
Hell
of the
yeah.
fox. I thought it was gonna be fox face, and I was like, "What's happening?"
There you go. That's a little
Beautiful. We got foxes.
nose.
Hell yeah. Good news.
Give him a nose. There you go. That's the fox. All right. So that's the card. Project's ticking down.
Yeah. Huts are done.
Oh, the
We got
huts.
four more weeks on army.
Okay, so the huts have come back up. I'm gonna say they're over in this area.
I can also get rid of some of the tents if you want to replace them with huts.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I like that
just
we've
say-
left the one hut. It's just still on fire, however many weeks later.
Yeah.
That's the burning
Just
hut.
us.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we got our mud huts over here. And a lot of people, a lot of time and effort went into that, and it had to, it couldn't come from people who were doing other stuff. It had to come from the people who were out of work, who for the last however long has been this this culinary group, and they of course are gonna then, hey, we built these places, we're gonna move into them.
Oh shit.
So for my, did any other projects resolve?
Nope.
For my action, can I do a discussion, but kind of limit it to like one subgroup within our group?
That's fine, yeah.
I think quietly. Perhaps not where the whole town can hear. The fishermen need to have a discussion. Hey, used to be just us. Now we got these chefs. We got people farming. We got goblins. We got this new, military caste. We're gonna get pushed out of the top pretty soon if this keeps going on.
Kooky Carl speaks up.
Oh,
he's
Kooky Carl.
he's a fisherman, but he hasn't been fishing let's say he's been fishing for a while, but he's never been really good at it. And he says, "Hey, I don't know, boss. You ever had these turnips before? They're chef's kiss, so to say. Maybe we can live together or something."
I've listed Kooky Carl as a class traitor in our character list.
Corwin, I guess, who's the one that actually was the one that pulled the white fish out.
Ooh.
He goes, all of this is just an affront to the white fish. We should be living off the sea and the sea only.
Oh shit.
The sea to kobolds is like a lake.
It's like a moderate-sized lake.
Wouldn't you guess? Skippy's hush 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 now. Our time in the sun will come. We have to continue our ways. But keep an eye out for these new classes. If we stay on top in the shadows, we stay on top for real.
And so the meeting adjourns, with the fishermen quietly going about their business, with their own smug superiority. But the concerns of some are not abated. And with that, I actually have to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. So it's my turn then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw one card. Outsiders arrive. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many and how are they greeted?
Goodies or baddies? You keep getting the cards like, hey, make a new group of people. Hey, make a new group of people.
Make a new group of people. All right. So one morning, the kobolds of the village and the goblins believe that they are woken up to the sounds of thunderous stomping, and they realize that it's a large group of exactly 5 earth elementals coming stomping down from the tower.
Oh.
They come like goo goo goo, just stomping down the mountain until they get to the village. And one of them steps forward, and he says, "My name Rocktooth. Give me all shiny gem. You have 1 week." And they turn and stomp back up to their tower.
Uh-oh. Rocktooth and the hard boys are here.
And the hard boys.
Not the hard boys.
Anything but the hard boys.
3 weeks left in building an army.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Any other projects, or is that it?
That's the only project right now.
Project, yeah.
All right. So I want to hold a discussion then. Skippy, the elder fishmonger, calls a town hall and he says, "All right, so what are we gonna do about these rock hard boys coming down out of the mountains? Do we just give them all of our precious magic gems? We don't even know what they do yet."
Well, I think so. There's no way that we can stand against them, and we aren't even using these gems for anything.
Huh? Yeah, I know I'm not really old enough to talk about this, says Cranky, the staff boy, with the magic staff that connects to the tower. But I mean, I bet my staff can do something about those rock boys, because, it's connected to the tower, so maybe we can use that. Peter, to catch you up, bunch of 5 Earth Elementals, led by a guy named Rocktooth, showed up and said, "Give us your gems. You have how long? A week?
1 week.
Yeah.
A week.
Can we put that as a project clock?
Yeah.
And we're in a discussion. It's your turn.
A lot of the members of the community who have never raised a sword nor practiced that are immediately like, "Dude, give them what they want."
Well, I guess was mine posing a question, or what was?
Yeah,
mine?
I think Skippy posed a question. Like, what do we do?
All right. So Corwin, the speaker of the White Fish, speaks up and he says, "No, we must follow the White Fish.
Thanks, Corwin.
Throw these stones into the Great Sea."
The Great Sea.
It's our pond, the Great Sea.
It's at least 7 feet deep.
It's taller than any kobold.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well.
Oh, yeah. This card.
Well. Cool. All right, take that, and then
Discard the top 2. Honestly, just draw
Yep.
them. Oh, thank God.
And
Nice.
yeah. So that I'll just take them. And next one.
Thank God. Oh. Skippy was gonna die. Thank God.
Okay. Project clocks tick down. 2 weeks on army. Time's up for Rocktooth and the Hard Boys.
So what happens, Phoenix?
Yeah, I guess no one really came to any sort of resolution, so they sat there and just sort of talked about it. The Rock Boys marched down into the village. There's no army yet, right? There's just
No.
sort of their
Yep.
training. I mean, they mostly strong arm the kobolds aside. They eat up the magic gems, and they take Crikey, the staff boy, back with them into the tower.
Bye, Cranky!
Pick him up, staff and all, and just march back.
Oh
And then
no!
when they get back in, just the big door closes.
Cranky, no!
Crikey, no!
Winfield, will you get rid of the staff in the line? Because Cranky gone.
Yeah.
And I'll delete the gem here they ate. Oh,
All the pieces of the gem. Well, there go both of our shiny objects.
I'm gonna make a discovery.
Okay.
The night, or the morning after this happens, everybody wakes up to this, what sounds just like a big thunderclap, and when they look outside, the tower's gone.
Fucking bye, Cranky! This is gonna take a second. That's so funny. Goodbye.
Yeah. These fucking Earth Elemental Martians.
They abducted and stole our sweet boy Crikey away. 07.
Can we... Go ahead.
That's just the end of mine.
No, you get 2 actions because Summer is leading.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
So 1 action, tower gone, bye.
Yeah. Next action, I'm gonna start a project. It's time. I'm gonna say a faction within the village wants to try to. No, actually, no. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna start a project to further domesticate the foxes. How big are these foxes, Peter?
They're normal sized
Are they
foxes.
perhaps big
Two-
enough for a kobold to ride?
Could a kobold ride a fox?
Now listen, there's one answer here that's real, and there's one answer here that's awesome, Peter. And the
Give
choice
me
is yours.
one quick second. I need to read some stats real quick.
I mean, the children kobold might be able to. The children are infamously hard workers in the in Trinty.
I'm just gonna check a quick weight measurement.
I mean...
Oh, I mean... Yeah, probably, we'll say.
Okay, I'm gonna start a clock for kobolds learning to ride the foxes.
Fuck yes.
For both utility and like getting around faster, but also maybe for the purposes of adding to the army someday.
Could be.
What do we think for a time limit on that?
Well, they're already... animal husbandry, at least in regards to foxes, in abundance. So I feel like we're real good at hanging with these foxes.
That's true. The foxes are an abundant resource. They're everywhere.
Okay.
That's true.
So I mean, like, probably not that long. 2, 3
I was gonna say
weeks.
3.
Yeah.
I think 3
Let's say
sounds good.
3.
I think these foxes were kind of like without predators for a couple generations in this area, so they're abundant and everywhere.
All right, that's it then. We're getting cavalry.
Cool.
Fox cavalry.
All right, I'm gonna go. A contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? The contingent within the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why do they damage it? Is it permanent? So.
Goodbye to those fields.
Not again.
Mysteriously, in the night, the fields burn.
These poor fields.
In fact, it's a weirdly reminiscent burn to the one that destroyed like a big chunk of the village.
Oh shoot.
And the only people that had any of that gunpowder left over, they were the fishermen. So that's what happens. The fields, they be a burnin'. All right.
Tragic.
That's the card. What about projects?
All right. Projects, 1 more week on creating army, 2 more weeks on cavalry.
Okay. I'm gonna make a discovery with my action. Out of the cave, the dark cave in which we heard sounds before, a dragonborn emerges. One weary night to the same guard who was there before. This dragonborn, tall red dragonborn. He's got weary eyes. He's covered in dust. In one hand, he holds a pickaxe, and the other, he holds a mysteriously familiar staff. And he says, "It's me, Crikey. I'm home."
Big kobold.
So that's that. Winfield, do you want to draw that staff again?
Yeah. Let's see what I used. This brown, I think. All right, staff's back,
And Crikey,
and so is Big Crikey.
big old Crikey emerged from this tunnel. Like what? 2 days, 3 days after, or 3 weeks after he disappeared the first time.
Yeah.
That's my turn, I guess.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. I will draw a card. Oh. I always do that.
Oh. Well,
A project finishes early. What led to its early completion? Or the weather is nice and people can feel the potential all around them. Start a new project. Where do our projects sit?
we've got 2 weeks on cavalry, and army is gonna finish this turn.
Okay, so these foxes, The only explanation is that they were previously domesticated and then abandoned here because they take to it like that. Like, as soon as a kobold is getting on its back, they're already finding easy ways to like direct the foxes in the way they want. And the foxes seem to enjoy the kobolds. I mean, there's leftover fish scraps everywhere. You know, the goblins smell interesting, which is great. The foxes are very curious about that. So I would say the foxes are, I'd say that finishes early, and we're just gonna take our foxes, move them inside the wall.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Indicate that they have joined us. Alright. So yeah, tick down.
Yep, projects. Blake, you did army, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It exists. The foxes helped out a lot. We now have mounted archer. We have mounted archers now, which is pretty rad. And we have a new cast of people who are, trained as soldiers, I think. Their goal to specifically kill the Crunch Bunch maybe not met, because what we have is mounted archers.
Right.
But we have, yeah. So, like, a failure on we're gonna go kill the bugs, but a success on now we have, like, an army.
Yeah, we have defenses.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peter, your action.
So, a small group, some younger folks, who perhaps don't have quite as much of a memory as of where we came from to get here. Although it's been a couple months, I guess it's not really fair.
Yeah, kobolds like grow up fast.
Yeah, how quickly do kobolds mature?
We just get to pick that.
Put the book away. Kobolds, a small group of kobolds and goblins, interestingly enough, who were adjacent to the military during the fox experiments. They say, hey, if we ride these things, we can move a lot faster. We'd like to go wide out, map out more area. We'd like to really go ride and see what else is way out there. I assume if their attempt is to travel very far, that's going to take a while.
Sure.
5-week project or 4-week project or?
Yeah, I mean, if they're just trying to like map out, I feel like the longer it takes, the better map they can make.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like the foxes means it wouldn't take like forever, but do you want to say still like 5 weeks or?
Yeah, that works for me. Like, yeah, sure. I think if they didn't have the foxes, I'd be like 6, but that expands their birth quite a bit.
That's marked down under Cluis and Clark.
Well, those are the names. Cluis is one of the kobolds with a K, and then Clark with a C is the Glark. Glark for goblin.
Glark, yeah.
For goblin.
Yeah, Cluis and Glark.
Cluis and Glark. Let's put that in the chat.
Amazing.
All right. Cool. So, someone new arrives. Who? Why are they in distress? Or
every time.
Someone leaves the community. Who? What are they looking for?
Ooh.
I know, every single time I gotta think of someone new to arrive. or I have someone leave the community. Yeah. Corwin, on one night in the middle of the night, wakes up in a sweaty, feverish, passionate rage. He says that he had a vision from the great white fish, that it came to him at night and spoke to him, and it told him to sail upstream, up beyond the waterfall. And so he fashions himself a boat out of what scraps he can put together, and he starts to paddle. He leaves. chasing the visions of the great white fish.
Goodbye, Corwin.
By Corwin.
Corwin.
Paddling upstream.
Yeah, paddling upstream.
He's doing his best. Cool.
Okay, clock's down. Got Cluis and Clark. Got 4 weeks left.
Was that it? Okay. So we're gonna start another new project, a new project to once again restore the farms. But this time, to everyone's surprise, the efforts are being led by Kooky Carl, who has since laid down the fishing spear and picked up the chef's spoon.
Class traitor Kooky Carl!
So he wants to rebuild the fields. They were burnt, so they probably just need to be dug out, replowed, and more seeds planted.
Is he a traitor or is he a man on the inside?
Only time will tell.
I'm unclear on this.
What do you think? Another 2 weeks for that one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here, I'll put what's its face in a little boat.
All right.
Oh yeah, Corwin's boat.
There it goes.
An unattended situation. Yeah, we got a couple of those.
We got a couple. Yeah, I'm gonna say an unattended situation's about to go awry. Our good friend Crikey, he was sort of accepted back into town. They were like, this is weird, but he sort of kept to himself. People start to notice that every night he climbs the mountain to where the tower appeared and disappeared and stands there completely still all night, staring directly into the gem at the top of the staff.
Uh-oh.
And then one day, he's not there, but this glowing orb appears, just pulsating. And every kobold and goblin wakes up to what sounds like a whisper in their ear saying, "Join us. Join us. Join us." And they're not feeling a particular pull, they're just hearing that as they wake up. And then it dissipates.
So Crikey's like gone. Just disappeared one day.
Crikey's gone again.
Poor Crikey. And now we got this orb.
Yeah, and that stays. It's just there now.
I need to know, do Cluis and Glark hear the voice off where they are? Or?
That's a good point.
I don't think Cluis and Clark do, and the Beatles don't either.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that up here.
Wait, what Beatles? I don't know what Beatles you're talking about.
The Crunch Bunch?
Oh, the Crunch Bunch. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just pick a better color than one that's the same color as the map.
I feel like the Crunch Bunch would be like a failed cereal mascot.
Or a very successful cereal mascot.
No. Like Captain Crunch is like graduating class. The Crunch Bunch.
Okay, we have 1 week left on
Field.
I feel like I might have accidentally turned Cluis and Glark an extra time. They shouldn't have 1 week left, should they?
No. They should
Let's see. I started them, so they would have ticked under Phoenix, and they would have ticked under you. So they should have 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I just accidentally turned them. Okay, 1 week left on agriculture, 3 weeks left on Cluis and Glark.
Agriculture Part 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna start a conversation. There's a contingent of people in the town that want to leave town to get away from the orb and think that the dwarven fort would be a good place to resettle. And they're putting that forth as an option.
I think the fishermen are like, what? And move away from the water? No way! The water is our lifeblood. We have to stay right here. Fuck the orb. Also.
The people in the mud huts, they concur. Hey, we can't just move. That's not an option for us. This is permanent structures here.
Well, in an unlikely budding friendship between Trisha the Traveler and Kayla Mentine, they both sort of speak up saying, maybe it'd just be easier to move further downstream. Sure we could find something else. I mean, the goblins already did it once before.
All right.
All right.
I'll go. Someone tries to take control of the community by force. Do they succeed? Why do they do this? A headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion. Start a foolish project. Yeah, I think, the people who are scared of this orb, and we'll say they're led by a kobold named Crombulus, it's like, you fuck it, I'm out. I'm taking my belongings, and I'm just gonna walk to the dwarf fortress.
The dwarf fortress, yeah.
I'm gonna go to the dwarf fortress, and if you want to come, you can come too. But we're gonna make a dwarf pilgrimage. So I mean, how long do you think that would take?
Depends on the foxes.
That's
yeah. I mean,
well, how long did the original journey up there take? The salvage.
the salvage.
the salvage was 2. Salvage for the dwarf fortress was 2.
So yeah.
Really? I would say if it's one way, it would be half that.
I know, but they're like bringing their homes and shit with them.
Oh, okay. Then
I think 2,
probably still 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can't stress enough how poorly organized this pilgrimage is, though. Crombulus was just like, I'm going. You want to come? And people were like, I mean, I guess. So it's just like small groups of kobolds slowly making their way across the open plains. Yeah.
Okay.
Projects,
yes. Okay. Agriculture's back up.
Good.
Cluis and Glark they got 2 more weeks.
Phoenix, what happens with the agriculture this time?
Once again, the fields are rebuilt, the seeds are replanted, they begin growing things again. This time in an attempt to build something that appeases the more people. They plant mostly beans this time. Maybe thinking that it'll be better than the turnips.
Oh, don't let Goblin near the beans.
Don't let Goblin near those beans! Gonna double the stink lines coming off of that tent.
It's gonna say the goblins are all about the beans.
I'm gonna make a discovery. There's smoke rising from the dwarf fortress. Not like it's on fire, like somebody's home. That's my discovery.
All right. I will draw a card.
This is the worst thing I've ever drawn.
Uh-oh. Is this the card?
Oh.
Joker.
Yeah. It's the Joker.
No, it's a jack. It's a jack. Predators and bad omens are afoot. You're careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who or predators and bad omens are afoot? What measures do you take to keep everyone safe? Do not reduce project dates this week. I would say, based on how this town's been going, predators and bad omens are afoot, and we've seen there are reports from the wall of seeing beetle-shaped figures moving about.
Oh shoot!
Talking about the crunch bunch.
And when the soldiers bring this to people in charge, the fishermen are like, because that seems to be the reaction to everything in this town. Man, who do we have that can go missing?
Well, we have Skippy, Trisha, Kate Lemontime, Kooky Carl, Corwin, Cluis and Glark, or Crombulus the Defector.
Well, Cluis and Glark can't go missing. They're not here.
They're gone.
You could also just make up somebody to go missing.
That's true.
That's true.
Or Corwin also, but I think he's probably made it like halfway up the river by now.
I would say one morning. One morning when the changing of the guard is to happen on the wall. The morning shift gets up there only to find the night shift isn't there.
Ruh-roh!
Night shift ain't here. Not a good sign.
Uh-oh. Project's
So
down, I think, right?
projects. Yeah, the
Yep,
project.
one more week on Pilgrimage, one more week on Cluis and Glark.
All right. Let's see what I want to do. An investigation occurs. Of course, what happened to the Night Watch? And they are able to. Some soldiers go out and we make a discovery that it seems one of the bows was found, or the bows and their weaponry was found as far north as like the halfway point.
So
Like a little
it's like right
fish-
next to where Corwin made it.
fishbone bow and arrow there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And that ends my turn.
So what's the story behind the glowing orb again?
It whispers to us every morning.
Every morning it whispers to join us.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright.
Things are looking a little bleak for Trinty, I think.
Hey, we got
the crunch punch,
eels,
the
we've got the
whisper orb.
fish. I think they're doing just fine. The project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects underway. We do have projects underway. Great. So what projects do we got? We have...
They're both going to finish this round.
Okay, well... it's Cluis and Glark and the... and Crombulus leading this group.
Crombulus' pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Two horrible sentences, but...
Let's say Cluis and Glark finish up early.
So that means you get to decide what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to decide what happens.
Yeah, because you finished it early.
Oh, well, can I change my choice then? If that's the...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you go for it. Who cares?
Okay, so we're gonna say Cromulus he makes great time. He gets out of the gate, and then I don't know. He like realizes he doesn't need half of his crap, just throws it down and starts sprinting. They get up to this. I always have to think of new groups of people. Get up to this dwarven fortress, and are surprised to see that there are people living there. Dwarves, as a matter of fact, and they're just having a party. They're just having a good old time. It's just like a dwarven dungeon rave, and one particular glow sticks. One particularly hairy dwarf with like nothing but suspenders on, and he's got like the
Wait, attached
glow
to nothing?
sticks.
He's just got the suspenders?
Oh yeah,
They're like clipped onto his skin.
he he welcomes them all in, and he says, "Oh, you're just in time for the party. Come on in. And hands, starts handing out glow sticks. And there's just like some subtle undertones of devil worship.
Okay, cool. Okay, gotcha. What? Can we get a name for Suspenders, lad?
His name is start with a D because he's a Devon. His name's Devon.
Devon the Suspender Dwarf.
Yeah.
I do love that our naming convention in this world has stayed very, very specific. Except for Trisha, but, oh well.
Good Trisha.
Yeah, there's a silent G in front of the T of Trisha.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that the Night Watch Kobold was going to be named Knight.
He is now, dude. Well, he was.
That's canon, I don't know.
He's sure gone.
Projects Glewis and Clark also return.
Oh, Glewis.
Sorry, Glewis and Clark.
Clueless and Clark. Come on.
Glewis and Clark.
Glewis and Clark. Not Glewis and Clark.
So Glewis and Clark have returned, and what they've essentially learned what directions would be appropriate for expansion and what would not. Now, obviously, the southwest, where we came from, big no-no down there.
A lot of dogs, dude.
they like took a quick peek. They were like, is it still like how we remember it? It is. It was not good. It was not a good time. So that's big no-no. Southeast, that's just more mountains.
Okay.
So probably not great. Northwest, actually just dwarves. What we're seeing here, this is like the very fringe edge of them. So up here, we're gonna put a D for dwarves.
Good.
But then over here, interestingly, as long as you stay, far enough from the Crunch Bunch, this is unclaimed land. So if there was a direction for expansion, Clues and Glark, exhausted from their journey, say, hey, that's the way to go. It's not safe, it's wilderness, of course, but that's the direction we want to be headed.
As far as like the land is concerned, what is it, like plains, forests? Like, what are we looking at here?
I believe it's plains up until it's plains for a good long ways because we're still in the valley.
Yeah.
For a while, but then way off there. Oh wait, I can't make it a forest, can I?
Sure you can.
It's because we have a scarcity of wood.
Scarcity.
Oh, we have a scarcity of wood near us. This is a forest way off. You can make it whatever you want.
Way off.
Yeah.
They claim there is a forest. It goes plains, then you got to get through the swamp, then the forest. So
it's trek.
So ways out there.
We're not going that way. For the anti-Shrek jokes alone.
If anybody wants to go out there, it's going to be Gaba.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
Gaba loves his swamp.
We'll see who.
They wake up and notice
way.
They wake up and notice the village smells better because Gaba booked it across the plains into the swamp.
The bog of eternal stench only smelled that way because of Gaba.
He's gonna fucking bog champ his way over to that swamp. Alright. Phoenix action.
Alrighty.
This is, by the way, we're in autumn now.
Well, he has to take his
I
action.
switched.
Wait.
Nope.
So, Phoenix, you already drew a card.
This is the first of autumn. I just drew. Now that we're in
No,
autumn.
because we're still on the turn where the dwarf thing happened.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it still my turn?
That was just a
Peter's
project
turn.
completion.
That was Phoenix's
that
turn,
was Phoenix's
and then
turn.
Peter's
Okay.
project
Yeah.
completed, so Phoenix needs to take an action.
Oh, yeah. So when I draw the card, it's from the autumn deck.
No, because you already drew a card this turn.
Yeah, the autumn card is when I drew this turn.
No, you drew the last summer card this turn, the one that ended a project early.
What are you talking about? That was the last turn, wasn't it?
No, that was this turn. It's just been a very long
this
turn.
has just been a very long turn.
I just drew a card. Let me. So I wasn't supposed to draw a card, is what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe.
I can recall it.
Yeah.
Okay,
When
go
you'll
ahead and recall it.
swoop
I didn't
that
look
one
at it
back.
yet, so I don't know what it does. Sweet, perfect, thank you.
So you get to take an action now, yeah.
Oh, right. Action. There's just so much going on. Let's because of the efforts of the husbandry and our expanding animal, it's sort of twofold because of our expanding animal herds, and also because we want to begin to expand and take on more land because we're getting a little crowded here. We want to set up a project of building an outpost somewhere. I still have it on draw. Somewhere like around this area, maybe just build like a little outpost, like a defensive outpost, so that we can sort of safely live in some of those areas outside the wall.
Sure.
We don't have a lot of lumber, and stone's pretty hard to move, so it'll probably take, I think, at least 4 weeks, because you got to move the distance and get the stuff there.
I think 4 makes sense. I'd say more, but we have our foxes.
We do have the foxes, yeah. It's not like I want to build a huge fort. I just want to build like a tower or something and like an outpost, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, 4 weeks sounds good for that.
All right.
Before we head into autumn, do you want to take just a 5-minute water break? Or do you want to keep pushing through?
I can refill water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get a drink. Remember when you guys were like, this game will only take about like 2 hours?
I didn't. Last time we played it, we didn't go into nearly as much detail.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocktooth, you gone, Sean? All right, we're gonna take like a 5. We're gonna take a 5. Be right back. Whoa, we're back. What's up, guys? We're now into autumn. It's fall time. Half of our quiet year has passed, and only half remains. Probably less than half remains.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna draw the fucking end of winter on the first turn of winter again. All right, Winfield.
All right.
You are up.
First week of autumn. The community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early.
Which project?
Or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that had been previously overlooked. I'm gonna finish a project early.
Sure.
I don't think we need Gluis and Glarp to go back out.
Like straight back out. They're like, good job, guys. Head on out.
Yeah.
They're jonesing to go back.
I'm gonna say actually, enough materials were able to be salvaged from the wreckage of like what was lost in the fire, as well as the help from those who had sort of learned how to build more permanent structures. They built a sort of dual level watchtower. So there's like a base that's like a big cube basically, and then some stilts. And then on top of the stilts, there's a second cube, and that's sort of the watchtower part, whereas the living quarters and stuff are down below. And it's located, out here. So I'll draw that on.
Nice. I'm proud of us. We've learned to build. Us kobolds. We're expanding.
That's very big, but
fuck it, it's big, you know?
It's not that big.
Yeah,
there.
That's fair. We are kobolds.
Okay. So no projects.
Just
I am going to start another project. Basically, some of the town leadership gets it in their minds that all this started because of something in the caves. And it was sort of their fault for not investigating the caves earlier. But it's time to send a crew into the cave, starting with the one that Crikey emerged from.
Fair enough.
Just a small group of cave divers get sent in. How long do we think they're spending in there?
So when you say cave divers, it's children, right?
Yeah, it's children.
Okay.
They're sending kids in.
Yeah. The cave kids.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks. Want to explore them thoroughly, but like, you know, kids are good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can do 3. I'll make sure cave is spelled with a K on here also.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll put 3 weeks on that. Oh. Oh, that's a card.
The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? The weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for their death? Skippy's dead.
Oh no. Wait, is he the strongest or the weakest?
He was the strongest.
Oh, okay.
I mean, remember he was fucking.
Oh, that's right.
He was
dual
wielding kid sticks. Like.
Yeah.
Skippy's dead. It's a morning like any other. One of Skippy's kids goes knocks on the door, is like, yeah, Skippy, time to get up, but no response. Which is odd. Skippy's always up at the crack of dawn because that's the best fishing. He opens the room and Skippy is lying on the ground, dead. No wounds, no sign of disease, mysteriously just dead. Town sends me to an uproar for a while, but nobody knows.
Skippy.
Rippy Skippy. Nobody knows what happened to Skippy. There's no cause of death unknown. Then again, I mean, our medical system isn't probably the greatest, but no wounds, and he definitely wasn't sick. So.
All right. Rippy Skippy.
Rippy Skippy.
2 more weeks left on cave exploration.
I'm gonna start a project. Let's get rid of that fucking orb. Let's get rid of the orb. Orbs creepy. Don't like waking up in the morning and having "join us" whispered into our brains. That's not my favorite thing in the whole world.
What's your plan for getting rid of the orb?
I think we're gonna try to build a big fan and blow it away. We're gonna try to make a big we're just gonna try to it's ethereal, so maybe if we blow it away it'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How many weeks do you want on that?
I feel like 2 or 3, just to give it a shot.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's put 3 on there.
Cool. Listen, one of our scarcities is knowledge. So.
But the projects are always a success. So unless something happens,
they don't have to.
So.
At least not the way.
You define how they succeed. Yeah.
Success.
Or how they end up. Yeah.
Aren't some of the projects defined as foolish projects?
Yeah. I'd call this a foolish project, but we'll see what happens. That's 3 weeks away. Anything could happen. Skippy's dead. The world is upside down.
Yeah.
The town is reeling.
All right. I shall draw a card.
What a menacing song to start playing after Skippy died. What the fuck?
What does it sound like?
The Banner Saga.
Ooh.
How did it come to this? 2 damage. Nice, Joel.
All right. I did it again.
Hey, it's a classic at this point.
Well,
all right. A natural disaster strikes the area. You focus on getting everyone to safety, remove an abundance, and the project fails. Or you focus on your protecting your supplies and hard work at every cost. Several people die as a result. Well, after the death of Skippy, no one wants any more loss. And unfortunately, this means that a project fails and an abundance is destroyed.
Which project's gonna fail?
There's only one project going.
2.
There's 2.
No, there's 2.
There's 2.
Yes, the beginnings of the fan were destroyed in the flood that came down the river.
Oh.
It's a real issue when you live on a river the whole time that we had never thought of until the rainy season, when suddenly the river flooded. We got everyone out, but the fan unfortunately was destroyed. And after all these strange debris and things being washed into the river, fish aren't quite so abundant anymore.
Dude.
The ecosystem of the river is all thrown off.
Oh no.
No.
We no longer have a fish above. Skippy dies, and the week afterwards, the fish go away. Whitefish is angry. Whitefish is angry.
Oh, it doesn't matter because his head
priest is
priest
gone.
Orwin is gone.
All right, I'm gonna take the card. Tick down the remaining projects.
Yeah, 1 week left on Cave Kids.
And no weeks left on Fan.
The fan is
fan.
destroyed.
The fan, I imagine, was like being hastily built of like dicks, like stitched together with twine,
Yeah.
and it just like crumpled.
Basically, a wave of water hit it, and it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we want to do?
Autumn has been fucking disastrous already.
Yeah, bad things start to happen a lot in autumn.
A new project is going to begin. I'm going to start a project.
Right.
We're going to say the project is... It's a risky project, but a small group wants to head north and figure out what caused the flood.
That is a risky project.
What do you think?
I think keeping in time with the risk, that's gonna take like 3 weeks because you got to be very careful around the Crunch Bunch.
Yeah. Got a stealthy little group gonna head north.
Well, yeah, let's see. I think we said it took 3 weeks for Kay Lamenting to check out the Crunch Bunch, right?
Yeah.
So if they're trying to stealth around and go beyond that, do we think even longer maybe? Should it be like 4 weeks?
Yeah.
4 weeks? Yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah, I can. Flood investigation. 4 weeks. All right.
Okay, my turn.
Yes.
I enter my draw phase. Someone returns to the community. Who? Where were they? Or you find
Oh
a
no!
body.
All the options are bad.
You find a body. Do people recognize who it is? What happened?
Either another death or somebody bad coming home.
Oh, please let the flood have washed someone out.
Okay. Okay. One day, the goblins and the kobolds are all going about their business. Everyone's sort of reeling from like the death of Skippy and the loss of the fish, and there's some hardship in the village. Everyone's sort of working together. You know, it does help bring the goblins and kobolds together because they gotta stick together to survive. And somebody spots on the river, it's just sort of gently floating down. It appears as if riding a wave of white is the body of Corwin, and sort of ferrying his body down the river is the great white fish.
No way!
The great white fish brings his body just to the gate and sort of places it on the shore, and those kobolds who are around, to their surprise, hear the great white fish speak as he sinks back into the water, and he says, "The fishermen have deceived you," and he just swims away.
Oh! Oh fuck!
No.
Oh fuck!
Cool. How those projects going?
Right. 3 weeks left on flood investigation. Cave Kids are done.
All right, what happens, Winfield?
All the kids come back. After 3 weeks, they come out of the cave, they won't speak to anyone. Otherwise, they go about their duties just like normal. They get back to work around the village. But anytime you talk to them, they sort of give you just a blank stare. The only people they seem to interact with anymore are each other. And they just sit in a circle and sort of make tapping noises on the ground.
All right. Cool. So, I'm gonna decide on a new plan here, new action. A group of goblins and kobolds want to gather up and go up to the orb, but this time they don't want to get rid of it. They want to build a shrine to it. They have decided to join it, like it keeps whispering. They want to take the word of the great white fish, and they're looking for a new god to lead them. So the project is to build a shrine to the glowing orb.
Nice. I mean, I'd say
how elaborate.
1 week, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say how elaborate of a shrine, like...
Well, I was going to say make it like a pretty decently nice shrine, so it'll probably at least 2 or 3.
Honestly,
okay.
Yeah. With these masterwork dwarven tools, 2 weeks, probably.
2 weeks? Alright, 2 weeks, build a shrine.
Yep. Shrine is up. Oh, my turn.
Lot of mysterious bad shit is happening right now.
There it is.
Uh-oh.
The parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community, and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through the local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? Okay, so about a week after the children emerge from the cave, another figure emerges from the cave wearing just like a long robe of a color that can't really be described. It's colorless and yet somehow colorful at the same time.
Doesn't help the kobolds are colorblind.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Would you call it amazing and Technicolor, perhaps?
No. And as this figure sort of makes its way through the village, the children stop what they're doing and fall in line behind it.
This guy's the Pied Piper of kobolds.
They climb the mountain together, the shrine's being constructed, and they just stand and watch.
Is he the
That being, of course, he's what the parish is, yeah.
Okay.
This figure, what... Sorry, I might have just missed it. A kobold? A human? Like, what is it?
Hard to tell. Human-shaped.
Okay.
But it doesn't really have the typical human features. It seems otherworldly.
Good.
It's, like, very pale. Its eyes don't seem to focus in on anything. It just sort of exists as it draws the children towards the orb.
Awesome. This is super cool, dude.
Okay, projects go down. 1 more week on Shrine. 2 more weeks on Flood investigation. I am... I'm gonna have a discussion.
Okay, yeah.
The
Makes
parents
sense.
of the town. The parents of the town are angry, of course, about the parish. They're like, first we sent our kids in that hole, and now this thing is taking them away from us. I say we round up a force and get him out of here.
We, the worshippers of the one true god, the whitefish, concur. Many bad omens have been happening. First, Skippy dies mysteriously, now we can't fish anymore, then the whitefish speaks to us. This all started happening when that orb showed up. Let's get rid of that orb.
Yeah, rabble.
Is that your entry to the conversation?
Yeah.
Kooky Carl and his guild of cuisine extraordinaires. They say, but wait, look, our farms are finally prosperous. Perhaps it's a sign that we must move forward and let go of the past.
That's sus.
All right.
I'm drawn. The community becomes obsessed with a single project. Which one? Why? Choose one. They decided to take more time to ensure that it's perfect. Add 3 weeks to the project die. They drop everything else to work on it. All other projects fail. What projects do we have going on right now?
We have investigating the flood, and we have the shrine.
I think the arrival of this otherworldly creature sort of begets more and more followers, particularly since the whitefish talked to them and said that the fishermen were lying. So clearly something's up with that. So pretty much everybody other than the fishermen are like, yeah, we're all in on this orb now. We're gonna go ahead and join it. So I'm gonna say they become upset. They take more time to ensure that it is perfect and add 3 weeks to the project die to make it as nice a shrine as possible.
All right. Well, ticking down projects. There's 1 week left on investigating the flood. There are now 3 weeks left on building the shrine.
Cool. I have to do an action, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna make a discovery. While rummaging around for supplies to add to the shrine, one of the orb worshippers finds in one of the fishermen's hut a mysterious dark stone. And when he touches it, his hand withers. That's my discovery.
Bad to hear.
Yep.
All right.
Here's the bad stone.
And
of course,
as opposed to the good stone.
All the good stones we've had.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna draw a card. I really hate that I have to specify one card. It's not a big deal.
You can just drag it off the top too.
Oh my gosh. This is what we got? Nope. I already did that one.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank
Harvest
God.
the fear and plentiful. Or cold autumn winds rip and drive it out, removing. Oh!
Thank God!
I will say that after. I will say that it's been long enough since the flood, and the fish are slowly starting to return, and we can get our abundance back on that.
Thank God something good fucking happened. Jesus.
Yeah. All right.
It's been a while.
Tick down those counters.
Flood investigation's done. 2 more weeks left on shrine.
Who did that? Who did flood investigation?
I did that.
Oh, what happens?
So unfortunately, this is a sort of a positive and a negative. They went much further forward. Sorry. The investigation team comes back and they look fine. They're not weathered from war. They're not. They haven't been in the wilderness as long as Cluis and Glark were. You know, they're not exhausted or anything. The expedition team comes back and they're like, all right, bad news. We couldn't figure out where the flood came from. It was, it looks like as far north as we went, it looks like the flood came through. So the flood initiated way far north and just ripped down the river. Good news, didn't just hit us. As they were being very careful, of course, to pass through the territory of the Crunch Bunch. But when doing the reconnaissance, because they had a theory maybe the Crunch Bunch had sent the flood somehow, looks like their society is also not doing great. Not destroyed. The Crunch Bunch is still active. But I would say the Crunch Bunch has kind of been reduced as far as a threat goes.
Okay, nice.
I don't know how to illustrate that.
I got it. Don't worry, I'll fix his face.
Make the Crunch Bunch cry.
Oh, yeah, make the Crunch Bunch
Yeah,
cry.
put some tears up there.
Yeah, that's working out.
All right. Anything else we have to resolve? Is that it?
Yeah, that's perfect.
That was it.
It's just sad now. Oh, the stream can't see that. Crunch Bunch doesn't have angry eyebrows anymore. It's just sad eyes.
So I'd like to do a discussion.
There.
You know, some of the guys coming back on the expedition, they say, hey, the Crunch Bunch is weak. Now's the time.
The two late Lord Fishmonger's twin sons, Crispy and Cream.
Yep.
Excellent.
They are super gung ho, super for it. They put out a yes, we must do this to avenge our father.
A representative from the contingent of people building the shrine for the orb go, No, now's not the time for violence. Now's the time to come together. We should have the Crunch Bunch join us, as we all are joined under the orb.
Yeah, we the fox riding military say fuck that. Our whole thing is violence. So why don't we go kill the Crunch Bunch, and then all of us who aren't insane worshipping an orb can live up there instead. Cool.
All right. Sounds like the majority of folks seem to be pushing for the let's go put an end to the Crunch Bunch.
Down with bugs. It's about to get Starship Troopers up in here.
All right.
No, down with bugs is tomorrow night, Blake.
Oh, damn, I can't play tomorrow night.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, no, a family thing. Sorry.
So family's more important than killing bugs? Okay.
Alright, my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Someone leaves the community after issuing a dire warning. Who? What is the warning? Or someone issues a dire warning and the community leaps into action to avoid disaster. What is the warning? Start a contentious project that relates to it. A contentious project.
War with the Crunch Bunch?
I don't know if that's really contentious though. Like they're weak right now. That makes too much sense. Kay Lamentine speaks up to issue the growing rumors about this war that's going to happen. And she speaks up and she says, "No, you're all wrong. It wasn't the Crunch Bunch that took my arm. They saved me from the true monsters in that cave. I'm going with them." And she leaves to join the Crunch Bunch.
Kayla Metzine could have fucking mentioned that earlier! Oh, the plot thickens. Okay. Would Trisha or would her good friend Trisha have gone with her then?
Yeah, sure. Trisha goes with too.
Because they are the best of pals now.
They're the best of pals. Kayla Mentine and Trisha. Good Trisha.
There's one more week left for shrine construction.
I'm nervous about that.
All right. Oh boy, what do we can do at this point?
Lot of fires that are burning right now.
A lot of fires. Okay, so we got the orb. They're building the ritual. We got the whole thing about the crunch bunch and the flood. We got the stone. We have the cave they came out of. We have.
We got potentially demon worshipping dwarves having a rave.
Right. They're just doing it. They're just they're on vacation.
We got the bad rock.
So there's a discovery that is made. One of the fox scouts in his rounds, realizes the smoke coming from the dwarven ruin has since stopped, and a day or two has gone by without any sign of activity coming from the ruins, or the tower, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The old place.
Interesting. Hey, Winfield, can you reset the music? It stopped working.
Yeah.
Went for a long time working, though. That was good. Nice.
Is it back on now?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, disease spreads through the community.
Awesome, dude.
Choose
Too
one.
real.
You spend a week quarantining and treating the disease. Project X reduced this week. Nobody knows what to do about it. Added health and fertility is a scarcity.
Well, one of...
Listen, we're not smart. We've established this.
One of our scarcities is knowledge.
Nobody knows what to do about disease. Health and fertility are now a scarcity.
Oh boy.
I guess I'm just gonna...
More stink. More stink
More stink.
everywhere. Oh boy.
Yeah. And also, more bad news. Shrine's done.
Well, maybe not bad news. So,
Maybe
okay,
good news?
I added time to it. Do I get to say what happens, or does the original person get to say what happens?
I think the original...
Is it in the rules?
I'm pretty
at all?
sure.
I don't
I can double check. I'm pretty sure you only get to decide if you end it early. Like, that's the only other time you take it away from the original person. But I will double check that right now. I forget where in the rulebook it says that.
It doesn't matter. Just have the original person do it.
Okay. I haven't thought about it. Let's see. So the shrine is complete. It was built by the blood, sweat, and tears of kobolds and goblins, and as they, in this last week, have gotten sick and ill, it was definitely a struggle. Many kobolds and goblins simply collapsed from exhaustion. Upon completion of this shrine, the glowing light begins to grow brighter and brighter until it sort of is blindingly bright, and all the goblins and kobolds have to look away. And suddenly the light fades and sort of stops, and they all sort of rub their eyes for a minute and look around, and they realize that those of them that were just watching, so the thing that came out of the hole and the children that were in the cave are just gone, nowhere to be seen.
Just like fucking Crikey.
But as they sort of look around for a moment, and they realize they all hear sort of like a faint laughter, joyous laughter of young, joyous kobolds and a strange human figure sort of in the back of their minds, and it sticks with them as they go about their business. That's that.
All right. Next card.
No,
Oh, wait,
you
no,
have
that
to
was the
do
project time.
Your action, yeah.
Yeah, I get my action. I'm going to start a project. And that project is going to be leading a military campaign against the Crunch Bunch.
Okay.
Day is
How long are we thinking to wage war? Because we have the forces.
3 weeks.
Is it like an all-out invasion, or is this like a overtime, like war of attrition,
I feel like
guerrilla war?
I think it's like. I think it's like the plan would be to ride north during one of their monthly like lunar festivals.
All right,
And get them while they're out in the open and worshiping.
the big bad bug bash.
Yeah, the big bad during the big bad bug bash. The big bad
lunar,
bug bash.
Their lunar big bad bug bash, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that wouldn't take more than like
I'd say 3.
2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
3
I'd say
tops.
3.
They're weakened, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bug bash.
Bug bash
3 weeks.
bloodbath.
Bug bash bug bash. Sounds like a Mario Party minigame.
It is. That's where the Crunch Bunch is from too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went, or if something goes afoul and supplies are ruined, add new scarcity. What projects we got?
No, we got Big Bad Bug Bash.
Cool.
That's it.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna change it. So our military rides off, and and we're like, yeah, they're gonna go fuck up these bugs at night with the moon. And we don't hear back. Like all lines of communication severed. We're like, we're pretty much our whole military just gone. Yep.
Okay. 2 weeks till we find out what happened there.
Oh, and then I do an action, right? So
Yeah.
wait, Phoenix, is the orb still there or is it gone?
The orb is still there.
Okay. And do we hear consistently these happy sounds?
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right, then a project I think is going to be made to establish the Church of the Orb as the dominant religion.
Oh, by the way, the join us whispers are still happening too. Those haven't stopped yet.
Good. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna start a project to sort of campaign to oust the worship of the whitefish and replace it with our dominant religion of the orb, because whitefish just said some bullshit about lying. The orb has actually given us results. Clearly people are happy.
Even if they're not here anymore.
Yeah. It's like a Valhalla sort of thing. Like we're gonna develop like a religion based around like, yeah, if you serve the orb well enough, you get to go to the nice happy place where all the kids are smiling.
And there's no stink.
And it doesn't smell bad there.
No stink.
No gobbo stink anywhere to be seen. Yeah.
So how long would it take to establish religion, organized religion?
Well, how many thousands of years we got?
It's not established as much as like push the other one out.
Yeah, it's more of winning over hearts and minds of those people who aren't convinced.
I would say there is a little bit of resistance still in the town,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't make it too quick.
Like 4 or 5 weeks.
I think 4 is fine.
I think 4, yeah. Alright. Religion. 4 weeks. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I shall draw.
All right.
Blake, you have to say it.
All right.
Joker, baby.
Oh shit!
I'm the Jack, baby.
Well, how does it end, Blake?
Do you want me to say what I was thinking?
One project finishes early.
Well, okay.
Are we doing religion or are we doing war?
Yeah, religion or war. Which do you want to finish early?
Sorry, I didn't look at that. I would say religion cleans up quickly.
Okay.
So how does it do that?
And
why? Well,
like, yeah. What's the end result of that?
Yeah.
So I would say what happened was that with the prophet gone, Skippy dead, and this weird whitefish message of the fisherman lied to you. Yeah,
right before a plague.
Right before a plague. Yeah. Fish is still eaten a lot, but trust in the fisherman all-time low. And it's not hard to convince people to switch to their religions at this point. Because the worship of the whitefish it was always seen as kind of weird, and it was like, what was his name? It was
Corwin?
It was Corwin's thing, and Corwin was kind of strange. And now that he's gone, it's just not a thing. It's very easy to convert people over. That's what I would say.
Cool.
Religion is
Got
finished.
Orb time. One more week until war.
Yeah.
War complete.
Or whatever war ends up being.
Yeah. That card back. And I'm going to make a discovery aligning with the increasing distrust of the fishermen. It is discovered that in Crispy's tent, he appears to have
General Crispy.
someone was working with Crispy, and they were in his tent, and they noticed he had what appeared to be a pot or a bowl of what appeared to be a poison of some sort. No one can say for sure, but Crispy's dad's dead. He's got poison in his room.
Patricide.
It's not looking good for Crispy. Rumors begin to fly. I'll say that's my discovery.
Spooky. Patricide. We love it. All right, Phoenix, you're up.
All right. It's been a rough year for Crispy and Cream. Did that add a card? I just dragged it, but nothing happened.
Did you drag it off the little top one that peeks out?
Oh, no, I didn't. I see. There we go. Introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community. Okay. Or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails. Dark mystery. There's so much to work off of. So, wariness of... Oh, I just hit my cam. Yeah, I'm back. We're good. Wariness of General Crispy. I'm assuming Crispy's in this force to attack because he was all for so he's become a general in the meantime.
Yeah, someone was house sitting for him, and they discovered the poison.
People are an all-time super
it was his
alert.
rover sitter.
They haven't they haven't forgotten about that strange dark cube that withered that other kobold's hand. They continue to watch him, just to see if something's up, and late one night they see General Crispy whispering to the strange dark cube.
Oh.
To a cube and an orb.
Yeah, we got bad cube and good?
Geometry run amok.
projects.
Yeah, what happens with war, Blake?
Cool. So, and this is gonna be a lot. Basically, it's been a long time since we've heard from any members of the military that aren't the ones still stationed here. But one night, Knife on the he's dead. Knife Jr. on the wall.
Knight or Knife?
Knight. Oh well, this one will be Knife. Knife's son, Knife. There sounds the warning bell, the alarm, as several beetle-shaped figures are making their way towards town. But as they continue approaching, they realize that riding on the backs of these beetles are kobolds. So before, being hasty and attacking, they send out a fox scout, and they get the whole story. Turns out, the military went on the first night to, try to kill the bugs. And as they were approaching the bug worshipping event, a bunch of dark purple rock crystalline entities burst forth from the cave and started slaughtering bug and kobold alike. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the bugs and the kobolds managed to fight back this horrible force that had the, power to wither their life force straight away, just with a touch. But luckily, the bugs' carapaces and the kobolds' bone arrows were enough to knock them back deep into the cave. They struck up a truce of sorts and made their way back to the town to let everyone know. It was weird. It was almost as though these rock creatures knew the kobolds were coming. That's that. Phoenix.
Is it still my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to start a new action. Because of the threat of this strange crystalline force, the town was to reinforce the wall. It's been a shoddy little wooden wall for too long, and it's time to build a real wall out of some good old stone and mud. So
All right.
I think that'll probably take a while because it's a pretty big wall.
Yeah. And plus, everyone's sort of dying.
No, it's
Oh yeah, they're all sick.
Yeah.
So it's been like 5 weeks.
probably a 4
6?
or 5. Yeah.
I call it
Huh?
a fiver, yeah.
We can do a 5-week project.
Yeah,
to build
5.
that wall.
All right. The die is set.
Winfield, it's your turn.
Last autumn card.
Uh-oh.
What do we got?
Already, this looks like a huge fucking bummer.
Someone sabotages a project and the project fails as a result. Who did this and why? Someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond? I think it's General Crispy, right, who has the cube.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. General.
So I think General Crispy. Once the army comes back with the story of what happened, General Crispy's house sitter speaks up and sort of tells the community what he's seen, and slowly the community begins to piece together that General Crispy may be a traitor and maybe working with whatever these rock things are. And so, to draw the truth out from him, they take General Crispy before the orb. And as soon as he's brought before the orb, his legs sort of don't fall out from under him, but basically die beneath him. Like, his legs just start to degrade and basically turn to dust beneath him. And you can see that the cube is now just draining him of everything rapidly, and he just turns to dust.
The
Well, that
orb
family-
drains
Leaving
him
only
or
the cube behind.
Okay, cool.
The cube drains him, and it's all that's left
in
behind.
the presence of the orb.
4 weeks left on fixing the wall. And I am also going to start a project. With everything bad that's happening right now, we're going to dispatch just a Fox Rider messenger to go check on, what was it? Cromulus
Cromulus and his dwarf friend
and
Dennis.
his cohorts and Dennis, and just to see what's happening in the fortress and to see if maybe things are better or worse there. So what are we saying? Like 2 weeks on that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. I said 3. I said 3 more on fixing the wall, or 4 more. 4 more, right? Yeah.
You said 4 more.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me put the last deck on.
Time for winter.
Hopefully, we don't immediately draw a Frost Shepherd.
It's super possible that happens. All
Can you like win this game, or does it always end with everything being destroyed?
Well, we get to decide what the Frost Shepherds arriving means. Together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
That sucks, dude.
Well, so what does this mean?
yep.
Ah.
I guess it's done.
Frost Shepherds arrive. The game is over.
Okay, I think that these cubemen are the Frost Shepherds.
The cubemen or the orbmen?
Cubemen. The ones that we
the ones
drove
in the cave.
deeper into the cave.
Ah, right.
I think that they... and correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point we're collaborating. It's no longer like I say what happens.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's the fucking first card of winter. That's so funny.
Fuck winter, I guess.
Yeah, we just don't get to see. I've never seen the cards of winter because both times I played this game, it's ended instantly. But, yeah, I think they have via Crispy been trying to take our town for quite a while now, and I think that's probably why Kay Clementine didn't say anything, because her brother was under the sway of them.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
So that's why she kept her mouth shut for so long. I think the orb's actually probably a good thing. Like,
Yeah,
at this
probably.
point, I think it's the only thing that can protect us from the Frost Shepherds.
Maybe the followers of the orb are just whisked away into their own peaceful little dimension.
As Trinty is destroyed by the Frost Shepherds.
Yeah, I think it's almost like it's. I think it's almost instantaneous. Like, Crispy dies in front of the orb, and that outrider that was going to check on Cromulus, like, he rides north like half a day from the village and just sees them coming like immediately. Like, they were like, this is the only time they have to attack because their agent's been found out.
I mean, I think it's certainly a fight, because we've got the Crunch Bunch still down here with us. Like,
That's true. We've got
It's true.
kobolds, foxes,
Crunch
goblins,
Bunch.
and Crunch Bunch.
That being said, I don't know if it's enough.
No.
Especially with a large portion of the
yeah.
and a large portion of the village is going to the orb anyways.
Yeah, I think anybody who like truly worship the orb disappears in a flash of light as soon as the rider walks in, and the rest of us like face our doom. Like grimly grip our kid sticks and our bone bowl bows, and
Cling
fight
to what they do.
fight until there's nothing left, and nothing left there is by the end of this.
I like to think that the dwarves were just there because it's their summer home. So, like,
They come to like
they're just there celebrating.
casually.
They know that when winter rolls around that it's like, oh, we got to get out of here. So let's just go back to the dwarven city
Yeah.
up to the northwest for a while.
Yeah.
But then, you know,
We're gonna come down, like, do some, like, vaguely satanic, like,
It's like
ravey
a-
shit,
yeah, a month of partying.
and then head on home. Hey, well, at least, like, Cromulus and company survived. They now live in the Dwarven capital.
Yeah,
They're
Cromulus and company just went home with the
Yeah,
dwarves.
they're like, yeah, we live in the dwarf capital now. Fuck all y'all. Well, bittersweet. At least the orb worshippers now get to live in, like, Elysium or wherever, you know?
Yeah, just like a vague, like colorless, soundless
Yeah.
zone
But
where they just exist as one.
but it's happy, you know. There's a joy
Yeah.
in it. The whitefish technically lives on. You're right, Icy. Well, yeah, that's
white fish.
a quiet year. This
More
game
like a
rules.
quiet 3/4 of a year.
Yeah, I guess. One of these days when we get winter, we'll actually get to see some of the fucking cards in it.
Someday it'll be a full year.
Yeah, someday. Someday King of Winter will be the last one we draw.
I was gonna say
Pretty rad, guys.
it'd be funny if we returned to this area at some point, but Trinty sounds like it's gone.
Yeah,
so
Trinty's sorta fucked.
the ruins of Trinty, maybe.
Yeah. A lot of weird huts and fish?
There's a lot of fish bones around here. It's weird.
Big beetle, like, carapaces just hollowed out here. Huh.
Looks like they tried to build this farm like 3 times.
The archaeological study's like, wow, there's a lot of layers of sediment here from this farm.
Oh, you know what? The outpost probably survived. Remember our tower?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tower's sweet.
I honestly doubt that. So there's probably a small settlement of kobolds who ride foxes living in that tower.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a quiet year. This game is super cool. You should absolutely support the creators of this game. Winfield, you should drop a link in the Discord after this, because this game
you can
fucking rules, and
you
should
can-
get it.
You can buy the Roll20 module with them for like $8. The physical edition's a little more expensive, but
Yeah.
I bought that as well.
It's super cool, and I guess look forward to us playing it again. But instead of doing a fantasy one, we're going to be doing one where we build like a system of
Science
planets.
fiction.
Yeah, we're gonna, because it's gonna be the world in which we play our Lancer campaign. So get ready for that. That's gonna be fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Before I end stream, you did kill me. It is time for marbles. I have to do that, but you guys are free to go.
Yeah, I gotta bounce.
Yeah, no worries. But thanks for playing. That was a blast. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody asked to read all of the names of our characters, so I'm going to do that really quick. We had the Village of Trinty, the Whitefish, Skippy the Elder Fishmonger, Trisha the Traveler, there's a G in front of the T of Trisha, Kate Lemontine, the One-Armed Gem Lady, the Crunch Bunch were the Bug Boys to the north, Cranky was the Staff Boy who disappeared with the Earth Elementals and then turned into a Dragonborn and then turned into an orb. Kooky Carl was a class trader who became a chef. Corwin is a crazy old man who worshipped the whitefish and died. Rocktooth was the leader of the Hard Boys, the Earth Elementals. Cluis, the Kobold, and Glark, the Goblin, were the people who scouted for us. Crombulus was the defector who now lives in the Dwarven house. Devin was the only suspenders-wearing dwarf who welcomed Crombulus in. Crispy and Cream were the sons of Skippy. General Crispy was, of course, a traitor and, led to the destruction of the village. And Knight was the original Night Watchman who died, and Knife was his son, who, also died, but for different reasons. But
Amazing.
that's Trinty, y'all. Thanks for watching.